Welcome to this bite-sized video for the Digital Support Services T-Level, where we'll explore Assignment 1 for the Cyber Security Occupational Specialism. The Cyber Security OS consists of 3 task-based assignments with a total duration of 27 hours and 30 minutes, designed to assess the 3 performance outcomes shown, each of which indicates the knowledge and skills required to enable students to achieve threshold competence in the chosen occupational specialism. For each performance outcome, there will be a list of knowledge and skills. The knowledge statements show what the students need to know, and the skills, what they need to perform. Some of this content will build upon the content delivered in Year 1. The occupational specialism will be assessed through a series of synoptic assignments which have been designed to be as occupational, realistic as possible and are externally set by NCFE. Now this video will focus on Assignment 1, and this assignment is about creating a project proposal that will compare 2 product bases on the project brief and to install software, configure and secure a device. Now, Assignment 1 consists of 2 separate tasks that occur on a fixed date and time specified by NCFE. The dates for each task can be found in our key date schedule. Each task will be completed in one session within 1 day. Students will work independently under supervised conditions and will need access to the following resources in order to complete the tasks. If students have any access arrangements or reasonable adjustments, such as additional time for assessments, then you should apply that internally and increase the task time by the relevant amount. The assessment material should only be available to students during the scheduled session, so do take into account of this and ensure you have secure storage areas for students' evidence. Internet access is permitted for Task 1 and Task 2, and all screen prints should be labelled and included in a single PDF file at the end of each assessment. A separate file for each task in each assessment. Assignment 1, Task 1 is worth a total of 30 marks. Marks are awarded against the skills and knowledge performance outcomes shown. Students will have 5 hours, 30 minutes to use the information in the brief to complete a project proposal that compares 2 available security products. For example, this could be comparing 2 vendor-based firewalls and then recommend which one would be the best for the company. The proposal should include research that has been identified in the students' instructions. Then from there, they should compare 2 similar products and recommend the best solution based on, for example, price, user reviews, technical specification, and if applicable, certification. Students should reference the sources used for validating the credibility of the chosen software. Identify any legal and/or security requirements that need to be addressed when considering the software they've chosen and how the software may be used. Recommendations for the most appropriate methods to implement user access control for the device, either locally, remotely, or both. Now, the project proposal could be broken down into different areas, starting with understanding who the audience is for the proposal. Students should be reading and noting down key areas from the brief to find out if they are proposing to a board of directors, a specific department, or an external vendor. Once this information is identified, they can then tailor the language and approach to the level of technical understanding and priorities, highlighting the benefits that resonate most with the identified audience. The use of clear and concise language, the use of visuals like diagrams, charts, and tables to present complex information clearly and proofreading carefully for any errors or inconsistencies. developing a comprehensive comparable solution, the different options available and justifying why a particular product has been chosen as the preferred solution based on features, price, and user recommendations. For example, which antivirus solution would be best suited when compared with other similar products available. There's no correct solution here. The purpose of the task is to correctly identify the product, ensure it's been well researched, and that the students can justify their decision to recommend this over other products. Credit should be given for recommendations that are well thought out and logical. Legal requirements related to Task 1 could include possible licensing issues, software fraud, and issues for remote workers related to the Data Protection Act 2018, and for example, being able to manage physical and electronic documents and data accurately in accordance with data protection legislation. Depending on the brief, students may also wish to discuss user accounts they've set up, Active Directory groups, authentication, access control models, restricted private privilege access. Now, note this list isn't exhaustive because credit could be given to other suggestions if it's related to the scenario within the brief. Students should screen print their browser history as evidence for their research, for example, firewalls, antivirus, and any legal searches they've carried out. Assignment 1, Task 2 is worth a total of 20 marks, and marks are awarded against the 3 skills and knowledge performance outcomes shown. Now, students will have 5 hours, 30 minutes to use the information in this sample brief. Requires an install of a supplied OS onto their device, then configuring a local administration account and a local user account, then secure the device through installation of supplied software. Whilst doing this task, students will be required to create a log of what work that has been submitted as a single PDF file at the end of the assessment. Students may evidence the supplied software is functioning correctly in different ways, such as a test plan or a checklist, or screenshots to support the evidence in the log. Remember, this brief could evolve in future assessment series. Please note, a provider could give the students a copy of the software for the installation, or they could direct them to suitable websites to download. For the purpose of this sample task, the provider may choose an appropriate vendor and version for the students to install. The software provided by the provider does not need to be the same as what the students have identified in Task 1. Where internet access is not available, a USB stick external drive may be used for the supply and installation of software to allow this task to be completed. Now, the evidence for a successful setup for Task 2 should be a log that details the installation steps, any issues encountered, and actions undertaken. Students need to read the scenario and task instructions so they can include all the required evidence in a structured way. The log should also include screenshots. For example, screenshots of the software being installed, the OS installation, a configuration screen to demonstrate system configuration, and the import appliance progress bar to show the installation in progress. There should also be evidence of the machine successfully running, for example, the user logged into the system, screenshots of the successful setup of access control for the user and administrator accounts, for example, setting up a local administrator account on the supplied device, screenshots of the firewall being installed, configured, for example, configuration screen in Windows Defender, firewall to demonstrate system configuration, screenshots of the antivirus being installed, configured, for example, a configuration screen in Windows, Defender or other suitable program to demonstrate system configuration, screenshots of the VPN software being installed and configured. This could include evidence showing the VPN can be activated to ensure privacy and anonymity when the user is accessing the internet via a public Wi-Fi, and screenshots of tools running and the results to demonstrate there were no issues. We do hope you found this useful and have a better understanding of assignment 1, and do see the other bite-sized videos that form part of this occupational specialism series. Please do scan the QR code to leave your feedback. Thank you.